Does this book even fucking deserve to be introduced?
No.
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 And I'm the Diopsid, and I'm here to get suicidal from checking this thing out.
The best part is the Diopsid has never read a single White Wolf book, so this is the first time.
Welcome to the world of darkness, asshole.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
My childhood's
I
dead.
don't know why.
He wants
I don't know why
to
this
get
makes
put in
so funny to me.
pops.
So basically, beasts go to places where horrible fucking shit happen to people. Like the kind of shit that makes people question their faith in God style shit. Like
Steve the Mailman wanders over to Auschwitz.
yes, oh son of a bitch, you're right. This game would be enough of a fucking piece of shit that Auschwitz is part of some fucking lair. Fuck you.
Yeah, all I'm hearing in my head now is the Scooby-Doo theme because I don't understand any of it.
One of these days, either I, Tech Priest, or some other person will run a Geist Sin Eater game, and you can totally play Fred. You can totally play Fred or Shaggy. I'm still confused, and I've read this before.
Yeah, this book is not one that makes a lot of sense, honestly. This is really dumb.
I brought up Time Cop. If I have to bring up a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie like that,
This is all very dumb.
Damn it, don't bring up Jean-Claude Van Damme and Beast the Primordial. Do not need to be in the same sentence, damn it.
Sorry, what?
wow, Beast is destroying our ability to think.
It is.
I fucking
But-
read through this book, and I'm still lost.
Why don't we just
Oh
skip
yeah,
to,
and a lot of this is
nightmares?
also. I want to note this: the original drafts, were right, and the infliction were
One second,
considered.
I'm gonna get some actual alcohol. Fuck this.
Welcome to Die.
I want to be dead. I'm not joking.
I want to die too. This is.
Why are we fucking on this? Let's move on.
I need you to read this because I need you to. give me an
Literally no
example.
one else wants to be here, dude. I'm sorry. I'm just getting frustrated because
I don't blame you.
No, it's
I do
literally
not blame you at all.
the lair. It's the lair stuff that just.
The layer stuff is
instantly
dumb.
dumb.
Feeding is dumb. Everything mechanically related to this book, absolutely awful.
Like the fluff is at least entertainingly awful. This is just pain. Absent, how lost are you on a scale of 1 to I wish I was just reading Garfield without Garfield right
I already am. Oh, John, you're so crazy.
now?
Talking to a cat that's not there.
Tech Priest, you
One night-
rambling about mechanics killed literally everyone and almost killed
I'm
me.
sorry. I'm sorry. You can just cut it all out.
Mr. Booze, Mr. Booze, Mr. Booze, Mr. B-double-O-Z. That sure spells booze.
Good evening, everyone. We have skipped over 100 pages in this unexpected sequel to a book that honestly doesn't fucking deserve to be introduced, but I'll do it anyway. Welcome to Beast the Primordial. I'm Adam, and in the cut episode that we partially did, I was reduced to drinking white wine into my glorious red solo cup.
Well, it was straight from the bottle at first. I'm Tech Priest. I subjected everybody to this whole fucking torture.
I'm Alabaster the Unicorn. Hearing all this stuff, I was just tempted just to say, nah, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine until we got to the mechanics. Then we all fucking died.
I'm Greg, and please send help.
Call the police.
I'm the Diopsid, and I'm here against my will as well. I'm actually tied up, and they're pointing a gun at me.
You
I
know, the
have to
sad
talk
thing
and
is,
say the
the saddest thing is, sorry, Diopsid, is that this is his first experience with White Wolf, and I'm so sorry, dude.
We're actually all genuinely sorry for you.
My first take into the world of darkness was Wraith of Thu.
It was a better written book than Beast the Primordial.
Oh my god.
That's one of the. That's actually sad, but you're right. It's internally consistent, at least.
Randall, if you're listening to this, come back. We want to go back.
Randall. We want to go back to the dick aliens.
We want to go back to the shrew people.
I want to go back. At least it makes sense. At least it makes sense. At least they're slightly less terrible.
I'd rather watch William McKinley Goblin Slayer than read this.
Yeah, we have to read this. We have to get through this, guys.
Sadly, we
That's
will
all.
not get to watch Calvin Coolidge Gremlin Grabber.
Calvin Coolidge Gremlin Grabber would have been the only saving grace of this, but you know.
So, because we skipped 100 pages, we got to the good part. Good, I'm putting in.
By
air
good,
quotes.
it's kind of a little bit on what we left off on, which is heroes and how this game absolutely butchers its idea of antagonists.
Oh, and as for what you missed, it's about 100 pages of rambling about layers and poorly designed mechanics.
Yeah, it's.
Fun
Let me
fact,
put it like
Ashmaki
this:
get fire breath. Ashmaki being in the darkness, guys. Why do they get fire? Fuck you, that's why.
it's even called Dragonfire, and the flying guys don't get it. Why the fuck?
But let's get out of mechanics. Otherwise, I'm going to drink myself to death.
Okay, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of mechanics with heroes because some of the stuff is worth looking at. But basically, here's the start with heroes. Heroes, as we've already explained, boom, they're the kind of the counterpart to beast. They're also primordial dream wide. They don't dream deep. Blah blah blah. Anyway, there's a list of some heroes throughout history and kind of like mythical ones. I do like this one though, which is the one that I hadn't heard of, which is the Child of the Water, which is a figure from Apache legend who killed the Owlman giant.
There's a nice picture of him on page.
Yeah, it's
201.
actually on page 201. He's pretty great. If we were playing Skyon or something like that, that's a pretty deep character to base yourself off of.
Actually, Diopsid, look, it's an owlbear.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks like someone doing a wacky archery style barbarian fighting an owl bear.
Yeah. Also, the chapter opens up with a quote from Beowulf, which is pretentious, but fuck you, fuck this game.
They want to show that the author is cultured.
Heroes, like beasts, are born different.
It all went wrong. That's the theme in Matt McFarland's life.
Oh god, it's worse, right? So remember the whole thing that we said that like they stress no, beasts aren't born, they're made, and then they do this again and a fucking again. Like, holy shit.
I mean, they're not born, but only some people dream deep and only some people dream wide.
Be consistent. The editing in this book is so non-existent that.
Let me explain it to our more casual people. So Al, Greg, and Diopsid, here's the story. Since we didn't get a good job in preempting, especially you, Diopsid, you have no fucking clue. In Kickstarter, beasts were effectively like other kin in that they were born as these monsters, and they're bound to this narrative saga where they're fated to essentially become the monsters that you see in myths. And heroes are kind of the same way. They're in a horrible, abusive relationship where they're forced to effectively recreate sagas, and there's fateful ends for the beasts and the heroes. Then, the response was either love it or hate it. Onyx Path told the abusing fuck McFarland to edit it, and because he is an arrogant, awful person, he did the very bare minimum to edit it out, which is why you still see like a lot of this stuff where he clearly didn't give a shit. This is literally Christian tier editing where he doesn't want to do it, but he's forced to. So he like gets a white crayon and edits out some stuff. That is the extent of the editing to this fucking book.
Oh, what? It was perfect. Just
Perfect.
anything changed.
All heroes are mean.
And you don't understand me and my lesson.
Lessons that are
Foil
pointless.
sports.
Now stop worshiping the heroes to prevent me from creeping on teenage girls.
This is like learning the origins of like its clobbering time and learning that it was just because the thing got abused horribly as a child. That's the
And to anyone who doesn't recognize this, yes, that is the actual origin that Fox used in their movie.
Well, that was because in the Josh Trank film, he wanted to make it a horror movie, and what better way than to have them all come from conflicting backgrounds, and then
No,
slowly
but then
fall
they didn't
apart.
go with that. But they kept that fucking scene.
Because it's Fox. It's Fox.
They
What do you
didn't give a
expect?
I don't
Anyway,
think anyone gave a shit.
Don't worry, Diopsid. We will reward you for being our hostage by whenever we run another World of Darkness game, you can play Shaggy.
so
Point.
they also mentioned that heroes didn't always feel the need to, chase down beasts back in the day, which
Not according to
okay,
fucking legend, but okay.
not according to like any of this shit. They didn't always feel the need, but I mean, okay, but at the same time, holy shit. What the fuck, guys?
Be consistent.
Be consistent. Like, it's either all or nothing with these guys.
What the fuck? All I'm thinking of is the JonTron meme.
The good hero.
No, the only JonTron meme you got to think of is the one where he's going, "Oh my god," looking at Simba hang himself.
Oh my god! Oh my god! He fucking killed himself.
That's a good one. Another good one is Filthy Frank's It's Time to Stop.
Yeah, that's kind of the summary of Beast.
It's time
Total,
to
though.
stop.
It's time to stop.
It's time to stop, okay?
And again, this is another part of the book where Matt thinks we're all dummies, and he needs to repeat the same shit he said already in 3 other places.
Yep.
Don't you
So,
love it when
here's
the author
heroes,
has
and
contempt
heroes
for
kill
you, the reader?
monsters. 203 is kind of when it starts, the rest of the cast. Basically, so they're talking about, like, heroes are varied. Some use, like, a call on a bunch of different people. Some do, like, oogie woogie woo shit, like, hey, monster bad, and then they rally the town to go and burn it.
Orange monster bad.
I've learned that this monster is allergic to ketchup from McDonald's, but only from
Yeah.
McDonald's specifically.
But only for McDonald's specifically. Some of their powers are literally just we're gonna make this monster allergic to McDonald's.
And that's how Steve the mailman gets slain. He's given French fries
So
with
do
ketchup
they
on it.
force him to watch Super Size Me over and over again or something?
Yeah, like that might be a weakness of a that might legitimately be a weakness of a beast that a hero inflicts on a beast, which is
Like that idea actually is kind of cool, where the heroes, because of the narrative thing, like beasts usually have a strange weakness that you don't really think about. Like when Hercules faces the Hydra, he realizes, yeah, the Hydra's head grows back, but not the part that got hit with the fire. So
yeah. It was actually not Hercules that noticed that. It was like his cousin. He may or may not have been
his cousin helped him on that one, yeah. His cousin's like, hey,
Well-
Hercules, look, that part where the torch hit him, it's not growing back. And then Hercules gets the torch and thwap, thwap, thwap. That's cool. What's not fucking cool is the fact that 100 pages of it is literally describing the autistic little haven that you build in your mind.
Yeah, it's literally describing CQCville. CWCville, fuck. Not
Quickville has more
CQCville.
effort and love put into it.
CQCville would be like fucking like Snake's Dreamville. Like
Would be fucking awesome. Now you're playing a game I want to play now.
It's literally just a town of master martial artists that just constantly fight each other all day.
yeah, that'd be awesome. But this isn't that game, so
So we could play Jim. If we play Deviant, we could basically play Jim Kata. So that would be it.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. When Deviant finally comes out, or when there's enough of it to play,
yeah,
Diopsid, you could totally play Jimmy Neutron.
we could just
and
do a
even
one
give him
shot.
brain blasts.
Brain blast.
I would be 100% down for running a one shot of that.
Only if I can play Clert, the Super Skrull.
Yeah. You're all fighting Umbrella Corp. Anyway, more hero stuff. So heroes have shock troops, blah blah blah. There's a bunch of stuff about hunters.
Actually, heroes
And-
usually don't. There's heroes that do have teams, but they're rare.
Yeah.
Like there's Jason and his Argonauts and Odysseus with his men.
Then the idea is that the beasts are then the more better ones because they have the power of friendship.
Friendship.
I am
Friendship.
I am like 100% kind of serious here. Like it's like the scene from the new Rise of the Planet of the Apes. You know, like beasts together strong. You know, like
Oh God, you're serious?
yeah,
Earthborn
it feels like it. This game is melting my mind a little bit. How fucking dumb.
Greg, did you take a suicide wheat pill?
No, I think my voice is just trying to claw itself out.
I don't blame it.
Oh, you're catching the same disease that Beast gave me when I read it.
Rip. Anyway, so there's also some other stuff with heroes and like how do heroes interact with other supernaturals? And it's
Badly.
kind of like, well, they're assholes to them.
I mean, it makes sense. Like a hero would probably want to slay vampires.
Yeah, but then again, there's a game about that. It's called Hunter.
That's one of the big problems why heroes are kind of.
Boring.
Heroes are like
Pointless?
hunter shit, like actually shit. Like they'd work better as a hunter conspiracy rather than like as an actual thing, as the way that they're presented here.
And if you're wondering because you have no idea what the fuck that is, a conspiracy is just literally a group of hunters that get together to murder monsters.
Subclasses.
Anyway, so continuing on with that, heroic traits. So basically, they give you the idea of how to do it. So heroes recover wounds sort of like pretty fast. They have heroic tracking, so they automatically seek down all this stuff. And they also have heroic stalking.
Heroic stalking.
Heroic stalking, page 207. Stalking is a much more intimate, dangerous activity than tracking. The hero devotes his time to learning about the beast and setting up a confrontation. Some heroes don't bother with research or investigation. They simply corner the beast, draw weapons, and charge. Those heroes don't tend to last very long, of course, since beasts are potent combatants. You can't even turn into a fucking monster. Fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, like the most they can do is manifest
literally-
like a tentacle or behold my true form, and your hair turns white, like in the TV show version of it.
Yeah, like, okay. And also,
check
it
your
is
mic
one of
levels,
these.
dude. You're starting to get popping from wind.
Yeah, because it's kind of close. Get up. Okay, so for fuck's sake,
If a beast is being stopped, this is written from the point of view of McFarland.
there's also the thing that like they're talking about with Mr. They have Mrs. Winters back again from the earlier chapter
Oh God.
because she's the
Let me-
displayed hero.
Let's explain who
display
Mrs. Winter
beast.
is. She was part of the Kickstarter stories. In the original writing, she poisoned a child.
Yeah,
They
Well,
changed
didn't
it to a
poison him.
frat
She
boy
just-
because, hey, he's a full-grown adult. It's less bad, right?
yeah. This game is just fucking dumb. It's awful and I hate it. So, moving on. So heroes have the power to place things called anathema on things. Do you want to look at this one, Greg? It's on page 208.
And no, it's not talking about the God Emperor of mankind.
I would love to do that because then we could do manly things. Then he would let us have tacos as part of the Imperial Truth. Can be
Tacos for
God
everybody.
Emperor.
I would totally want to build a treehouse with Rogaldorn.
Yeah.
Then I want to siege it. I want to siege it though.
You would fail.
We'll see about that.
And thus the Iron War, the war for the Iron Cage began again. 40k, you're like a bomb to the soul. Actually, no, I think it's this white wine in this red cup.
Yeah.
Mm.
So heroes have like a bunch of these weird anathema, and there's a bunch of ones like Bane, like, oh yeah, like here's the thing, like this is the thing that will damage you. It's the steak made from the house you grew up in, or something like that. Like
It is the dreaded triple shoe beating, all of them from a brand of leather that I know is toxic to your skin.
yeah, a hero Basically, also heroes are super fucking weak sauce. They can't place anathema on anything at all. There's some of the gifts though are fun. Like you can literally have a hero with a magical AK-47.
That
Attack.
Why would I do that when I could just be a mage
However,
that just enchants his
AK
47?
Yeah, however, that for AK-47, does it do anything against anything that isn't beasts? I think it does. So okay. I mean, big okay. Also, the other big thing about this is that they mentioned that you can create a hero through beast create heroes. Now we're gonna talk about this a little bit more.
Oh, and some
Some
examples
of
of
these
anathema,
guys
they give
shouldn't
quite a
actually.
few of them.
Yeah, some of these guys shouldn't actually be heroes. Let's.
Followers, I'm just trying to catch up because there's a lot
I
of
don't want to.
garbage.
There's a lot of garbage.
Oh fuck! The first example.
Yeah, here we go.
Diopsid,
Here we go.
wake up! Come on, this is where we
Yep.
get good.
This is
fluff.
where it's fun. This is where it gets fun.
We're at
So
fluff. No more
example-
crunch bullshit for a while.
Yeah, this is all fluff.
Okay, thank you, thank goodness.
So this guy his name is Desmond Oaks, and
No,
take
it's
a look at that
Thaddeus
picture.
Pearson. Oh wait, I skipped Desmond Oaks. Sorry.
Desmond Oaks is the first one, and he doesn't actually work as a
Read the
hero.
quote. Read the quote.
I stopped counting scars a long time ago.
Action movie man, generic number 547B.
In a world where
Generic-
Steve the
generic
mailman
what?
throws spiders at children,
Generic white middle-aged grizzled action hero.
Desmond Oaks is there to stop him.
They're printing them off a fucking factory floor.
Desmond
That's
Oaks
right.
just finds Mr. Spider and just fucking shoots him 3 times in the fucking face.
But where one pops
They're
up,
literally
others
printing them.
follow.
Mr. Centipede now must take revenge.
Desmond Oaks is in Beast the Primordial, coming to a theater near you.
So he is a former SEAL. They asked him to come back and be an instructor, but he said he was done taking orders from idiots. Which okay.
Oh my god.
If you're from the SEALs, this is gonna be hilarious because you know for a fact Matt McFarland never did a push-up in his fucking life.
Well, here's the other thing about the SEALs. SEALs are notorious drama queens.
Yeah.
They also they recently tried to do a crackdown on SEAL behavior where they were doing stuff like executing prisoners, doing drugs, stealing grenades. There are several SEALs involved in murdering other service members.
Yeah, because they think that since it takes like a decade for you to become a SEAL, that they're able to act with more
No,
impunity
it
than
doesn't
they
take
should.
you a decade. You can
It
join.
doesn't take you a decade.
It takes you years though.
Not necessarily. My brother was in special forces, and he didn't take that long to
Special
join.
forces
Pretty much,
are different from
Depends
SEALs.
on. Well, no, special forces.
Army
includes-
Rangers are different, for example.
Army Rangers are basically like the Pussy Brigade, though. Honestly, like it's literally just we're specialist light infantry. Like, okay, congratulations, get your free pack of crayons. You're like Marine.
I will like to state out loud that we at Dicem support our troops, no matter
We support
what
our
we
troops,
say.
and this is why I mock them. I have family members in the military. It's okay. It's
In
okay.
my
We'll
family-
we'll
in my-
donate
in
a
my
free.
family-
We'll donate a free pack of crayons for every Marine in need.
In my family, you either enter financial, you either enter the police or the army. There's no in between.
For those of you who try to brag about your service record, stop breathing into the fucking mic that loud, dude. For those of you who are in the service branch and is claiming that you are a great veteran even though you're part of the fucking Air Force and maybe you only spent like a month there before coming back home, we salute you.
I didn't actually breathe into my mic there. I was actually adjusting it slightly. Sorry about that. Just trying to make
we
sure.
salute you, Air Force person who claims to be a bigger badass than you are because you spent like 2 weeks fixing planes in Iraq.
the charitable.
We salute you, overweight NCO, who says that he knows how the military should be run.
We salute you, veteran who claims to have served in the Green Berets, even though you just fixed truck tires in Vietnam at a rear area supply base.
Motor T. It's Motor T or nothing. Oh god.
No. We're done. We're done having fun on that.
Okay, we're done now. So apparently Desmond has connections in the shipping industry because
Navy
so he
SEAL.
retires. Yeah, Navy SEAL.
I always knew those
he-
GPS guys were shady.
He drove a forklift or some shit like that. I don't fucking
Did
know.
he try to kill a beast with a forklift?
No,
That would be. Oh,
I wish he would have. That would have been cool, but
It would have been a great reference to
he's in
MST3K.
his 50s, but it's mentioned 40. Oh no, he retired from the Navy at age 43. And his legend is Hunter, so basically he's just Hunter because his integrity is originally his integrity was actually a 7, which meant he couldn't be a hero. Rules as written. They had to change this.
Even 5 is still pretty good given that he's a veteran. Like, he's seen some shit, but he's
you're
still
saying
pretty
that
sturdy.
heroes need to have low integrity?
Yes, basically heroes by their very nature have to have low integrity. Basically, heroes have to be less of people.
What?
Those reasons.
Because Matt McFarland hates heroes because they stopped him from raping girls.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely joking about that, Diopsid.
He admitted to abusing an underage girl. It's out there.
And not only that, but now you kind of get an idea on why he hates people that actually protect others. And why he supports these awful humans that have monstrous souls.
Yeah.
So these heroes guys are supposed to be the villains.
Supposed to be, but you root for them more. Like this Navy SEAL who's like the generic Action Man 802. Still better.
Still better. He's better than most. He's better than most beasts. He actually has a soul.
Like, when he goes out to kill beasts, it's even just like mentioned. It is like he's being sent like he was back when he was with his team.
Yeah.
Like, it's his orders to stop it and bring order back to this area that's having trouble.
I do love that he's got Brawl 3 Krav Maga.
Even though it should be what was it, MC?
Depends on which. I don't know if the SEALs go for the standard or if they have like the same sort of Marine training.
Like, either way, it shouldn't really be Krav Maga.
He also has a strength of 5, 7%. So he's a strong boy. Moving on. Here we go. This is the guy that kind of sold me on this book being just absolutely irredeemable.
You're gonna love this, everyone.
Never feel my lady. I've come to
That
see
is
the
Pearson.
wild beast.
I need you to read out the background. Somebody.
I'll do this.
No,
Background.
please.
Greg,
Can I
we'll let Greg do
Greg
this one.
wants it so bad.
I don't blame him. This is one of the.
Thaddeus Pearson. Let me just get into the voice. Never fear, my lady. I've come to slay this foul beast. Background. Thaddeus has spent his entire life blaming his problems on other people. Coming from a middle-class suburban home, he was told all through his life that he was special. Whenever the railroad failed to reinforce us, he was treated into whatever fixture he could find that said that bookish kids like him would eventually inherit the earth. Thaddeus graduated from a good college with excellent grades and very few friends, and went right back to work behind the desk at a mid-sized corporation's programming department.
Okay,
He's
quick
even a
pause.
programmer.
He's just autistic. He's just autistic. That's all it is. He's just.
And it's
just working
programming
with autism.
too. He learned to code.
It became clear to Thaddeus that he was destined to work as a mediocre job for the rest of his life. The resentment started. He'd been promised so much more than this: vast riches, adoring fans, and a beautiful wife who had fawned over his genius. Instead, he was living in mediocrity. Everything that went wrong was a personal slight against him. The pub was out of fries because the waiter had it out for him, or his car wouldn't stop because the mechanic who fixed it was clearly an idiot who resented Thaddeus' superior intelligence. Then when like Thaddeus,
Oh my
Honestly, I almost want to make it. I almost want to see like an article about this weirdo.
It had color but
The
no
picture
joy.
of him just.
It had breath but no death. Featureless, surreal playing. No, it was too violent and loud. He wasn't sure what happened, but he woke without knowing that whatever it was, it happened at his office. He went to work the next morning excited for the first time in years. Was something going to happen to him? Was this the call to action he'd been promised? Then he saw one of his co-workers in the meeting, and he knew it was a call, and she was the monster in the mountain cave.
Wait, there's no way he looks that fit. He should be overweight and with a.
I know,
I was
like-
about to say, I just realized, what the fuck is this picture? That doesn't
That's
His
look
supposed
balls
to be
clean
Thaddeus.
shaven.
That's supposed to
That
be
looks like
Thaddeus.
that looks like discount James Bond.
What he needs is a slightly long, a little greasy
Give him
hair,
a neck.
I
Give
I
him a
love
neck.
this.
He
bit
He's
of a
also
got
needs
neck
neck fat.
beard,
He also needs.
and add about, I'd say, 40 pounds to him.
I was gonna say, what the
Yeah.
fuck? This is totally
Like,
it's
not
something
like
he's-
obese, but
better.
overweight.
So he kills his former
Well, I was
coworker by basically by luck. You don't really need to finish
Luck.
that up. He lured her behind a building with a story about his car needing a jump, then ran her through with his fucking sword.
He brought out a katana.
He has a katana. Yeah, I'm dead serious.
Uh,
Uh, all he has to do is kill every monster that he can find, and everything would be exactly as he'd always imagined.
I
come on.
don't think the artist and the guy who was writing were on the same page.
Yeah, Thaddeus is a tall, skinny man in his mid-30s, clean-shaven with pale skin and neat-cut hair. During office hours, he wears business casual polo shirts and slacks and is completely unremarkable. When out hunting monsters, he
Oh.
wears a poorly fitted trench coat and a black trilby hat.
Trilby.
He wears a fedora.
I'm actually dying.
He wears a fedora and trench coat.
Hat.
What the fuck?
I remember the trench coat. I forgot about the hat.
Or language he's mostly picked up from fantasy movies and novels.
Yes,
Question.
unnecessarily verbose vocabulary. So he's literally just fucking milady all the
Oh,
time.
R/nice guys.
Okay, I'm gonna say I love it in a way that's kind of like it's trash, but it's amazing. It's amazing trash. It's kind of
really
like
should- You really
It gets
should have been
better.
slightly
No,
pudgy.
no, let me. Hey, since you guys cut me off, let me finish. Thaddeus can't accept he's capable of making mistakes or anything wrong with his life might be his fault. He gives them no other credit. He's at least never one to underestimate the intellect of the beast he's facing. Surely a man of his great skill and mind would never be called to exterminate anything but the cleverest of monsters.
I'm surprised
believes
he's
that all
not
beasts-
he's not narcissistic.
He is.
Well,
Like, all heroes
against
are
them.
narcissists.
That's the reason. That's the reason. He's so narcissistic. He can't believe anything that any foe he would have to fight would be anything but the greatest monster ever. He believes that all beasts are aware of him in his quest, and that any action theirs is a cunning scheme or a cunning or evil scheme. He always attributes malice to what others might attribute to stupidity, personal interest, or sheer coincidence.
So yeah, he's a clinical narcissist, like most heroes.
I
Because-
give him
Craves
credit.
public-
At least he has computer level 3. That means he's actually good at his fucking job.
I want to note
Craves-
something here too. Like,
He craves
Uh,
public recognition and adoration because he feels he deserves it for his heroic deeds, but does have enough sense to know that admitting what he's done will get him reported to the police by any normal person.
hi Matt.
Matt. This is literally Matt.
Yeah, this
His
is
life is
Actually,
professional.
do you
despite
think he just gave the artist a picture of himself and go, put me in this?
let me find a picture of Matt.
He's
Oh,
probably completely different.
His legend is the warrior. He approaches problems with sword in hand and little concern for anything else but his black market morality. Anyone who assumes him to be commonly inept thanks to his delusion has made a dangerous mistake. He is a murderer who believes what he's doing is right, and he won't hesitate to use violence or torture to get what he wants. His legend encourages him to seek out confrontation through direct combat rather than subtlety, and has been practicing with a variety of weapons to make his approach easier. His first kill wasn't nearly glorious enough for Thaddeus' taste, and he intends to rectify it with his second.
Weaponry swords 3.
gosh,
I
yes.
also love how he actually has training in firearms.
by the way, something that Matt actually made a
5 versus beasts. What the fuck?
yeah.
Doesn't
It's
it mean
part of
like
the.
he's as strong as like the average vampire?
No, that means that he's as strong as an Olympian. Actually, like the other dude, like I could see an ex-Navy SEAL just a few years out of the military being really fit, but
Yeah,
remember, most
like-
of these guys let themselves go.
But I
Here's
also
the
just
thing.
realized something.
Desmond,
He has base three. He has base three. He has a base 3 strength.
I know.
there's no way. It should be base strength 2 and then like 4 against beasts or something.
I guess they have to make him a hard hitter.
Yeah, they
It's so
do.
stupid.
Because otherwise- and it's dumber. Okay, it's like the fucking baby shark at the national. It's just annoying.
Thaddeus uses intelligence and plus academics for lore master, researching monsters in fiction for lessons he can apply to the real thing.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of cool as an idea, but then look at all of his stats. He has drive 1, firearms 1, larceny, security system 2, weaponry, swords 3.
Where the fuck is it? Why doesn't he actually have any occult knowledge, by the way?
That's the thing. He does. He has encyclopedic knowledge occult, but he doesn't have any skill in occult.
He should have occult 1, at least.
Yeah, like, isn't occult 1 just I know like legends?
He should have occult 1,
Occult
yeah.
1 is like I'm basic. I'm kind of got like the basic bitch knowledge of like a Ouija board bullshit. Like occult 1 is kind of generally kind of vague, and it's more of like this is stuff you have a niche interest in.
I know you're
like-
lost, Diopsid, but this character is goofy.
This character is goofy, mechanically
What?
fluff.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, I'm here to murder the women and children.
Yeah,
Hello,
he's got a.
ladies. I'm gonna stop the beast from harming a hair on your
Okay, no, I have to say,
heads.
okay, stop. I have to say, Milady in Goofy's voice. Howdy there, Milady.
Gore.
Yeah, the picture does not match him at all. I know it's been said a lot of times. I cannot get
Like,
over it.
the hair,
Gets-
kinda, but he needs like another 20 pounds on his face.
Yeah,
Like, he
The-
doesn't have to
I
be
mean,
like
even
super
as, like, a
overweight,
skinny,
but a little
like,
pudgy.
like
Why
even
is there
skinny.
no acne scars on this asshole?
Or at the very least, like a little skinny fat, if you know what I mean.
Why
Yeah,
is- like you would think this guy has like acne scars or something.
Yeah, you know, like he has a presence of 1, meaning he is literally the most awkward man alive.
He's so generic.
Oh my gosh.
Apparently, he's really
Yeah.
manipulative, which I just don't fucking see. But whatever.
but
No,
like
no,
he's
no.
got again with
He's
the
a-
presence of 1, he's literally the least interesting man in the world.
So, like, he should be a little bit of a goober, at least the way he
Like
looks.
he'd be
I'm a
socially
Goofy
awkward.
goober.
You know, you don't like being around him, basically.
Like this dude, at the very least, should be either skinny fat, a little chubby, and he has like a bow tie.
Well, let's
They-
move
yeah,
on
they
to
forgot the
Grandma.
bow
Can
tie.
we just
He
move
needed a
on
bow
to Grandma?
Well, we can just as a mention though. So integrity stuff.
His
You can actually
integrity is
gain
actually about on par, I would say.
about on par where like that's like ancient vampire level sociopath though.
Well, the way he's written, like, this dude never had a high integrity, to be honest.
Yeah,
Let's
He was
be
a horrible.
honest.
He's a horrible. I still find it hilarious that the grandma below actually has worse integrity.
Oh, anyway, yeah, the grandma.
Marianne.
Let's show evil grandma.
Evil grandma.
It
so
feels like
evil
here that lets
grandma.
the devil in. Clean up your act, I'll clean it for you.
So evil grandma is basically the in the 80s, the whole satanic panic.
Oh God, she's that out of date. Like Matt
Yeah.
was that out of touch when he wrote this.
So she's on a mission from God, kill all of the stuff. Killed her kid, you know.
Her own
Yeah.
youngest kid, by the way, apparently.
Yeah. When commanding
But-
other heroes,
but it kind of makes sense considering considering what I'm reading a bit. Yeah, read below.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can totally see why she killed her own son.
He murdered his son. Sucked the soul out of a hooker.
Found a living corpse.
I mean, though
Wow.
my question: who in their normal mind hasn't done that? That's the Matt defense. That's the Matt McFarland defense.
Oh yeah, this is like. Do you think this is him like railing against how his parents didn't support him or something?
I have no fucking idea, but here's my favorite stuff about this. Description: Marianne is in her early 60s, but well preserved for her age. Her blonde hair is pale enough to disguise her gray, and she regularly to keep it out of the way. She shuns any form of makeup or jewelry. She's good at mimicking the mannerisms of the sheltered housewife that she used to. All smiles and polite conversation. Dressed in a floral top and wide-brimmed hat, she looks like a grandmother out for a walk.
Yeah, from
However-
from like movies, not like a real person.
No, I've known old ladies like this. They're not as common as they used to be, but they definitely are a type. When
I'm
commanding other heroes or hunting down a beast herself, however, she dons an impressive array of military-grade body armor
What?
and barely legal self-defense weapons.
Wait a minute! I just also realized something kind of weird in the in her history. After she tries to confront her son about the things, she says underneath his black t-shirts and pale flesh were hundreds of crawling centipedes with stinging mandibles and flesh.
She
He
saw
had to
his-
die. Yeah, Marina's
the
first.
horror.
That's his monster.
Yeah. Yeah, let me get the part that doesn't make sense. Her first attempt was clumsy and rash. In her defense, she didn't think he put up much of a fight. She is steeped weeping and panicked? Why is the beast sad?
Because, I mean, this is
His
Matt
mom decided.
McFarland wanting to try to make them sympathetic, but
He literally described them as having no soul and not even feeling the bit of sadness when their only human connection dies.
Yeah, that was the thing earlier. Like, when a beast murked another beast sister, she was mad, but she wasn't like,
asshole.
upset.
They either don't feel anything or they're tortured monsters. You can't be both.
yeah. I can't explain it for you because Matt McFarlane's
By
a
the way,
doofus, but that's the only explanation I have for you. He's a doofus.
her, like the whole like, virtue vice thing, which they do is the zealot legend and life. Her life is maker.
Her life is what?
Despite her actions, some part of her is still a community-minded volunteer from her younger days who wants to see everyone cooperate and work together. It's this shred of team spirit that's helped Marianne become so successful at organizing and directing heroes, and which makes her zealotry so dangerous.
Dexterity 4. This old lady is
She has a
more
speed of
athletic and gymnastic than the fucking military guy.
Oh my
my-
god. So they fucked up. He fucked up the military grade assault rifle, which is what our chosen blade is. It's only got a clip of 5+1.
What a
bullets?
doof.
What the fuck is that thing firing? 50 BMG? No, wait, for
It's a
5
Barrett
lethal?
Fitty
No.
cal.
She's just got a fucking Barrett rocking around with that. Like, Grandma's gonna fucking break through an AP.
Why does he have worse integrity, as in less of a soul, than the literal neckbeard?
The
Well, it's
neckbeard,
not
who, by
less
the
of a
way, is
soul, it's-
actively hoping to kill people.
Yeah, integrity is not really a soul. It's the measure of a person's self-image, psyche, and the health of their soul. So
Hearst should still be a little healthier than Mr. I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to
he's
kill
equal.
people to be famous because my world demands that I be the hero, this best person.
So she's been a hero for 20 years. You think, but you think she would have stabilized by now?
yeah. By the way, she has a speed of 21 versus beasts
What the fuck?
because heroes are dumb.
Seriously,
No, this
she's
is the
more
last one.
athletic and actually a better shot than the fucking ex-military man.
Wait a second. Check
She
that.
is. Double check.
What
Look
the
at it.
firearms rifles for? What the fuck?
Better shot than the fucking ex-military man.
Navy SEAL. Better shot than a Navy SEAL. He's
I've
only
never
got
been in the
firearms
military.
3.
I've never even been in the military.
I never joined, kid.
Like, or like, was she like a fucking Olympian?
Do you think maybe she's an Americanized like veteran from Russia's World War II female sniper corps?
Except that this is way later.
Maybe
Not that she-
her heroic legend has slowed down her aging.
I don't fucking know.
So
Anyway,
run that between the ages of 40 and 60.
yeah. So here's the last one of the example heroes in the book, and this is the one that is arguably the best and the one that caused the most rewrites because people found her so sympathetic. Still
To
pretty
give
much
you an
is.
idea, the Sleeping Beauty diopsid, she, no matter how hard Matt tried to make her evil, no, she's still like one of the best.
She's a coma
characters.
victim.
She's a
Yep.
legit victim.
Heroes on the
Coma
hunt.
victim.
Yeah. Heroes on the hunt have seen glimpses of a young warrior queen in their dreams, pointing their way to the lair of their quarry. When they get that creature's lair, she's there, fighting beside them to vanquish the creature. She says she is sleeping somewhere in the real world and beseeches the heroes she allies with to find her. To date, none of the children or the heroes who have encountered her can track her down. If they
How?
did, they'd be surprised at what they see. I don't fucking know how.
Because plot contrivance.
Because plot contrivance, yeah.
Because
if they
shitty
did-
writing. Yeah.
Yeah, if they did, they'd be surprised at what they see. A sickly teenage girl named Melanie trapped in a coma for the past 2 years.
Coma victim.
Like her mother's next to her like almost all the time. And the reason why
Her father drops in whenever he can, but he has to work to actually afford the hospital bills.
yeah. Melanie fell into a coma after a horror entered her dream to feed. Instead of cowering, she gave chase, following the monster right back to its lair where she killed it.
Somehow.
The lair collapsed. So she killed a horror in the dream, right?
And in its lair. To give you an idea, diopsid, this is like, okay, imagine Imagine a
This is a
level 1 commoner.
This is a level 1 commoner killing a vampire.
This is a level
This is
1
a level 1
commoner
commoner
stepping
killing
up
a
to a
turret.
babbleth and kicking it in the face so hard it just drops dead.
Yeah.
I guess if we really want to use the example, it's a level 1 commoner going after a witch and breaking its phylactery.
Yeah.
Not just that, but like actually killing it afterwards.
I knew I shouldn't have made my phylactery out of styrofoam.
I know I should have made it a styrofoam cup.
I should, and then the commoner kicks him in the face. Oh, I should have done the osteoporosis dance. My brittle bones.
Oh no! Help me! I've fallen and I can't get up.
It's like Darth Vader. Oh, my bone marrow is escaping from my body. I can't get up.
Anyway, the lair collapses on her more or less.
Yeah. So Melanie basically, as trying to follow other horrors, follow the disturbances of heroes, she acts as a muse to other heroes, a guiding angel, but because of the abstract nature of the contact within the Primordial, she can't do much more than point in the direction of peace. That, however, has been enough to sustain her. With each victory, Melanie grows stronger. In her hospital bed, she twitches in sleep, her hands clenching in fists and unclenching. Her body shows remarkably few signs of atrophying despite the coma, and it gives her parents and doctors hope that one day they may see Melanie, their darling daughter, walk and smile again.
See,
Actually,
this is. I'll let you talk. You have been pretty
like I
quiet.
said, I would love to actually have a real story about her. Like maybe the whole point is that maybe she doesn't
definitely
know.
actually
They are about to ruin it. They're about to ruin it.
Ugh.
You know, the sad thing is this would have been a great Hunter idea.
Yep.
Like, get rid of the hero, like purge most of the. Actually, even keep fucking Thaddeus. And old lady is so stupid.
So she's gloriously
Honestly, you
stupid.
could keep all the heroes as they are and just put them into their Hunter.
What's the thing? Do I think would be more hilarious if they decided since giving her dexterity 4, they gave her stamina 4.
This is the reason why she's got. She actually doesn't. Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong one. So the
That's
picture
what she
of her
looks like, huh?
Yeah.
In the dream.
In the dream.
She's a little too old to be. I think she's only 16.
Yeah, but remember, as it really describes, it's her idealized self.
And it, like, also here's some of the other stuff. Melanie does not understand what has happened to her or how to free herself. She knows her body is somewhere, but doesn't know that she can get back to it or how. She's young and scared and likely not aware of how long she's separated from her body.
Sympathy.
Yeah, like she's actually sympathetic. Like Melanie is a truly strange case. She should not by rights have been able to follow horror to its much as kill it. It is possible some outside force, another beast perhaps, or some other creature able to enter the primordial dream, used Melanie as a weapon and then left her adrift.
Sounds like some stupid bullshit to try to lessen her impressive thing that she pulled off.
Yeah. Acting as a hero provides her soul with the sustenance it needs to stop her drifting apart from the dream, but if she were to return to her body, would she continue the fight? It's never crossed her mind. She just wants to go home.
Aww.
I like that. Like I said, I mean,
I think Rose Daly wrote this character.
I think that Rose was one of the character.
She's one of the main. There's several writers, but this no
definitely
way
has
Matt
more
McFarland
Rose.
Also, I'm gonna be honest.
character.
I don't think this Matt guy has the capability of writing a decent female.
Also,
no, he doesn't.
I would say out of the heroes, the only one Matt probably wrote was Thaddeus.
I'm pretty sure Matt 100% wrote Thaddeus.
The other two, I think, were other writers.
I think I like Thaddeus in the way that I would love to play a neck. I would love to play a neckbeard.
She breaks some of the assumptions about the hero's role in Beast, probably pissing off Matt, by the way, by doing that. A brooded beast could end her threat by killing her, but they could also help her get back to the body. At that point, would she continue her hunt? Probably not. She just wants to go home.
One of the ideas that was here's under her legend and stuff, right? Her legend as a dreamer stems from the way that she can manifest her full potential and fight with the good fight. Dreams are where anyone can be who they want to be, and it might be that Melanie somehow was able to realize and implement this fact in a much more martial manner than most dreamers. It's even possible that Melanie should by rights have become a beast, but is trapped and lost out of reach of her horror. She's inextricably connected to the primordial dream in any case, and was even before she was separated from her body. Also, her social skills is the most teenage girl thing ever.
By the
Empathy,
way,
finding insecurities.
So I also
that last sentence, the last two sentences were Matt. You know for a fact it was him.
Yeah.
I think
this was also in the Kickstarter, though.
Can I finish?
Yes.
Sorry.
I actually appreciate that they don't have the physical, mental, or social things for things, since she's kind of technically almost like a ghost,
Yeah.
so she doesn't have
She
them.
has the ghost rules basically because she's a spirit. She gets the 3 spirit things. Her physical
Oh,
stats
that's
are
test and resistance.
yeah.
She's surprisingly well learned for just getting into mid high school girl.
Yeah.
Should be academics 1 in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, Victorian to make it even more sad.
Computer 1, yeah, fair. Athletics 1 4 in her dreams.
From the looks of it, from the looks of it, it looks like she was maybe looking out to become some sort of like in the medical field, like maybe yeah, because she's got medicine too. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
possibly. Like maybe she wanted to be a nurse.
I think it makes sense. Researcher, compute academics at research, investigation,
Yeah,
medicine. That's
like potentially nurse or maybe like a disease researcher or something.
Athletics 1, so she kept in shape when she was alive. Brawl 2, I guess maybe like martial arts classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stealth doesn't really have anyone can be stealthy. But
She probably
weaponry
snuck
5
out a few times to hang out with friends when her parents wanted her to stay home.
Or just be sneaking around like as a little kid.
Yeah, you know, like taking cookies from the cookie jar.
Yeah.
Maybe playing hooky every now and again.
And I want to note that some of the people try to demonize her because finding insecurities, like that's what a teenage girl fucking does.
That's what that's what teenage girls in general do. Like
also remember, empathy doesn't necessarily mean you exploit them. That just means that you can connect. Also means you just can connect through it.
Actually, maybe her medicine thing is she wanted to be a psychologist.
Yeah, who fucking anyway. This is kind of interesting too, is that they basically say,
holy shit, she has perfect recall.
Yeah.
Dominable too.
Yep. Trained Observer 3 as well, which is
well. Then again, she fought a beast.
I think she is. I think she was wanting to go into psychology then, just based on this.
Yeah. It gets kind of the difference
how
between
11. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the difference between this and the original draft was that beasts were very much made heroes. The souls of beasts touch the broken soul of an otherwise normal human. I think we lost Al.
He's not there anymore, so he just crashed.
Ripping spaghetti, never forgetty.
The reason why heroes were made in the original draft is actually quite interesting. Like there's an example of the horror, also known as the soul of the did this to create an adversary for the beast to kill because they just weren't being fed enough and were pissy about it. In other cases, they do it because it's a beast soul and it doesn't fucking care. But since beasts were made to make heroes, those heroes take on aspects of that beast persona. So stuff like
kind of shittier than just having the universe fucking force it. Whatever.
I mean, it's still better in terms that they were actually like their nemesis, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I like it better.
But at the same time, there were plenty of heroes and plenty of monsters that didn't either have a direct hero or plenty of heroes that just killed lots of monsters.
Yeah. And there was also the really dumb hero slang that I think comes back in Night Horrors. I'll have to double check that.
Hero slang?
They talk like dude bros. It's pretty bad.
Let's just one more thing. Integrity 3.
Yeah. Well, then again, think about it like this: her soul's been trapped in the Primordial.
She's a scared girl, desperately putting on a brave face as she walks through a world she doesn't understand and is confused, and she knows she's not in the right place.
Yeah, but integrity is also a grip on how moral you are.
Yeah, and your psyche.
So like I fully am okay with your explanation, but you know for a fact that's not what fucking Matt did when he edited that number.
Yep, she's a bad person.
I like how she has the same integrity as Mr. Neckbeard.
Yeah, you're right. She does.
She had to give you an idea. She has the same level of integrity as in actually almost as bad as in the Old World of Darkness in my first Vampire the Masquerade campaign that I DM'd. The La Sombra Methuselah, my poor bastards of a players ran into, had a humanity of 2.
So he was on par with the old lady.
He was on par with the old lady. And this was a man who, because he's been alive for centuries, thought Batman was real and stole a hotel just because he wanted a headquarters in his plan to kill Batman. He thought Batman comics and comics in general were real. like as journals almost.
Yeah, and this is the dumbest stuff we were getting back into. Why would anybody want to hang out with beasts?
Oh no.
They have a second part of this because this book was apparently written by 3 or 4 different people and none of them were talking to each other.
Well, would you want to talk to Matt?
No.
That's
I
why.
did at one point online and I creeped him out a little bit, but that's neither here nor there.
Creeped out a fucking serial rapist.
Okay, basically
I'm gonna have to add that to your titles, dude.
yeah, I mean it's not my proudest moment. It's something when I read Heirs to Hell I realized that that because he gave rules for like how pregnancies give you experience.
What?
They give you a beat for resolving parts of the pregnancy. You can get 3 beats per pregnancy actually out of it, or if the pregnancy for whatever reason ends. So if you're a really, really sociopathic demon, you could create
I need to say something. Stop. I need to say something as someone with this title. Magical world.
This isn't magical world. This is a really dumb idea to have in a game where you can have multiple bodies, and this is why.
No, let's be honest. Whenever you introduce pregnancy, you have like they were thinking of it as a lead off from the sexy time.
1 second, let me just pour out a little more.
Yeah, so essentially, I realized that as a demon, you can have multiple bodies. This means that you can just get a bunch of teenage girls as your covers, like really cheap throwaway covers, get them knocked up, go have the morning after pill, and boom, free beat. And you could do this ad infinitum. You could create the demon abortion machine.
I've said some fucked up things in life, but I think you actually win gold here, dude.
Like, this is a rules is written thing. And Matt saw it and freaked the fuck out. But
I think I might need more booze. 1 second. 1 second.
I'm not proud of it. This is something that I just kind of noticed, and I'm like, was this intentional? Like, you do know that you're giving the pregnancy condition to power gamers, right?
Does this mean playing super?
To be honest, though, but I don't think White Wolf is really the type that attracts as much power gamers because like it focuses a lot more on
you have not met a mage player. I will say that right off the bat. If you do not think it attracts power gamers,
you'd be shocked at how many power gamers exist in this.
So a wizard. So of course,
it's just the part that most people know about the White Wolf fandom is the very big emphasis on the role playing and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you'd be shocked at how many power gamers and rules lawyers and fucking munchkins exist.
Yeah, I just noticed.
I don't doubt they exist. They exist everywhere, but like
no, like
really dumb.
It's literally the same level. Sometimes even worse, depending on the games you play than normal.
And of course, the power gamer would be the fucking wizards. This is why I believe in genociding all the mages. This is why I believe in.
How do you feel about this thing, Sid?
I'm actually not surprised that I heard something similar before, because pretty much every game with any amount of popularity will have a large amount of power gamers. Some people will try to say, yeah, but it's more role-playing based, but will not stop the fact that there will be a lot of power gamers. Someone will find something in the mechanics that they can exploit in order to take advantage of it.
Case in point, in my first campaign, Leroy was a power gamer. He played a Brujah combat beast that exploited celerity and potence heavily to make sure that he never had to worry in combat. Ever. At all. And exploited the fact that guns were pretty prevalent and the fact that, well, you could just casually walk around in body armor. Because I was a shit DM at the time.
Yep.
All I do know is that now leads me to the horrible idea of a mage that's basically being played as Rusty Venture as part of the technocracy, teaming up with a demon to make the machine that's powered by the souls of orphans.
I want to play now. If I play a Brujah, I want to play a Randy Jenkins Brujah. That'd be great.
Randy Jenkins is a treasure.
Wait, are we talking about White Wolf anymore? Or are we talking about Chaos? The Demon Bacula.
I don't know at this point, dude. All I know is that I really like this wine.
I'm drinking 80 proof
Before your editor knocks himself out, let's just choose one more thing and end it there.
Yeah.
let's see
You
how
don't.
all the monsters that Lilith or whatever her fucking name is.
Yeah. I mean, after this, all it is the storytelling chapter, which is
Let's see how
Ugh.
they write Mary Sue fan fiction that makes Rey's existence in the Star Wars sequels look
Okay, what
fucking
page?
well written
Okay,
by
so
they
comparison.
they have after this, all that there is a stuff on beasts in various areas,
Oh,
and
here's some cool bullshit. The first monsters include Father Wolf, that's the creator of werewolves, first in human vampires, the monsters precursors to the gentry, and all the other pre-human abominations, including I guess the judges of the Duat, because fuck you, mummy.
So what you're
it's a bold
saying
claim.
is that they're trying to make the beasts be the origin of all the other much more popular monsters.
yes.
Yes. Because,
It's like Jar Jar. He's the key to all of this.
honestly, I think Jar Jar Binks could write a better fucking tabletop game than this guy could. I don't even think Jar Jar knows how to read.
Nope.
He's spec, but he can't fucking read. Some good wine. I love the, it's a dry one, so it's probably a bad idea.
I'm having Seagram's 80 proof whiskey, so I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better, honestly. I don't know if it's because we're reading horrible fluff, which is kind of the forte of Dice Scum, or the wine's actually hitting. But I think
Yeah.
I think. Do we need to go deeper, or do you think we can stop here?
We could stop here, but I want to do like a quick run over.
I'm okay with it. Fuck it.
Like we don't have to go in deep here. We can just kind of skim the rest. The heroes was really the last bit that I really wanted to put into the last bit. Never really quite got to. But so things that stand out is stuff about Sin Eaters, which is that Matt doesn't understand Sin Eater.
Yeah, Matt has no idea because he keeps forgetting that there's 2 and 1 when you deal with them.
Also, the idea that beasts would work with hunters is really fucking dumb. They mentioned that as
Given
a
how
possible
often they
process.
fuck over humans, no. No, they don't.
Then changelings are also mentioned.
Well, I mean, if they're like ogre, maybe,
Maybe, yeah.
but no, not on average.
It's an interesting one, but it's not really that good, and it's kind of just surface level bullshit. The Promethean stuff is also just why?
Prometheans naturally would not like him, given that they because of how Matt changed it, because he's a doofus. They willingly threw away their humanity.
The
If it
last
was
one,
accidental, Prometheans would feel a lot of pity for them.
but the last ones that are the ones that really stand out, which is that Mummy the Curse, for example. The arisen mummies hold themselves aloof from other supernatural residents, residing in a death state until called back to life by their mortal servants, a threat to their person or property, or an alignment of the stars. So therefore, how the fuck are you guys related to?
And ask, and just go with it.
Yeah.
I think as the way I think we should end this is we should just ask our newest. We should just kind of give a run over of just everything we've learned, and then ask our newest guest, who is the most lost about it, how he feels about everything so far.
Oh, then there's some examples of antagonists, but they're like
that's gonna be part 3.
I read through them. Most of them look kind of boring.
they're all
either
pretty
be part
boring.
3, or we're gonna say fuck it and move on to the next book, because this.
Move on. I vote move on.
Move on off of this one because most of this bullshit is bullshit.
It's just It's just another chapter on heroes, which talks about exactly what we just talked about.
Okay, so before we end this, let us get this straight. Most of us here have read through all of Sigmata.
Yes.
We are reading through most of, if not quite all of, Wraith of Doom.
Much as we could stomach.
We couldn't even finish 100 pages of Beast.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, there's a whole Beasts of the World sample setting stuff, and the first one they lead off with is the fucking New Jersey Pine Barrens.
Fuck that. Fuck that. This,
Fuck this book.
I say for us an image of how pathetic everything is. Go to 273. Look at the image there.
okay, let's skibbity scoobity. And then we go over, and then we try to do a Cliff's Note version. So the oh, yeah, that's actually that child's expression is perfect. Okay, so the diopsid. So how do we explain this to him?
How shit this? What?
The thing, the Cliff's Notes, so he can give his final thoughts on this piece of shit.
It's shit. I don't think. What was the page again?
278, so you can look at the child's expression, which I think is our expressions right now.
Yeah,
but I originally said 270.
I mean, he's got.
I originally went with 270. 273 because it has a giant. Because it literally has a white samurai standing atop, white samurai cowboy standing atop a mountain of ash and bones, looking at a dark tower.
Oh, fuck you. That's a ripoff of. That's literally.
Oh, that's 272. Yeah.
Okay, I need to show that too because that's.
Oh, he's standing atop rubble.
Oh, fuck you for ripping off Roland Duchamp.
Oh, it's even dumber.
Ripping off Stephen King because we can't think of anything else.
But yeah, 78 has that fucking kid's expression with
which I'm going back to because that's the perfect expression all of us should have.
He's taking a selfie with Discount Slenderman, and he's just not into it.
He's I don't like Swolderman.
I think he's crying.
I don't know if he is or not. Swolderman is just.
Can I go home now?
I wish I was dead.
There's a much better picture on 280. That's only because somebody knows how to use Photoshop and did it kind of clever.
No, it's good Photoshop. I'm leaving it on the kid's face because we're fuck this book. Okay, so final wrap up. Final review. Beast the Primordial is shit. I think we all know this, but keep in mind I read through this whole book by myself once. It hurt doing that. And if you do this in deaf viewers, you will find that because of the lack of editing, because it might have just been Matt under a different fucking name to inflate the number of staff that was on there, it is very repetitive. It is not very intuitive. The mechanics are very poorly thought out. You don't have the dignity of being able to turn into a Hydra and breathe fire on people, as is your want. And you have to deal with reading the same shit like 5 times throughout maybe less than 400 pages. It is unpleasant. The characters that you're playing is unpleasant. And
you're more or less playing through a terrible game. Terrible. It's all terrible.
And worst of all, there's still more.
There's more, but let's get into. But the only good parts are the hero sections, and that's just because they make very interesting, strange characters. If I had to give a score in terms of number, it would be -5 out of 10. Because this book is so fucking terrible, I couldn't finish it. Or actually, if we're going to use the standards that we use, it's trash fire.
This is a trash fire.
I'm gonna put this in the slash section in the sense that I just dropped it. I didn't even put it in the dumpster trap. I didn't even put it in a dumpster to light on fire. I just dropped it reading it.
Also, there's the full pic of that Spider Woman on.
Fuck that. Fuck pooping gargoyle or.
No, Spider Woman was the person that was made out of spiders.
Okay, well, okay. In that respect, fuck the man who made Daikatana in his goddamn cloak.
Yeah.
I'm so angry and drunk right now. I don't even remember. I don't even remember John Romero's name.
Wow.
I'm gonna put one little last comment on the book. It's the last thing. It's just because I find this amusing. One of the appendixes is called The Morning After.
Yep.
That's gonna be my experience when I fucking wake up tomorrow with a headache and a sore throat.
Say, yep,
the real thing I have to ask is that of all the terrible books you had to drag me into, why this one?
Well, we asked you and you chose to join us.
I wanted to say this, but when you put out a wanted ad and you willingly walk into it, You've just ghosted and left before in the middle of other things. So
You stuck through this one. I'm actually
I'll give
impressed.
you kudos for that. Any thoughts and finishing comments in your own score on this piece of shit?
I will say, I will agree that the heroes are probably the best part of the book in a very unintentional way in terms of what the author was trying to convey with them.
They're the only positive in this book, to be honest. Oh no, there's a couple of good quippy lines that you didn't get to see because it's early in the book, but it's like
but when all you can
sentences.
look back and say is I enjoyed a joke that one character said.
Didn't fall far enough, apparently. That's the only good line that I remember.
Like,
Like I stated,
Next week
we've
when we
completely
go over
read.
Jackalope the Happening.
Sorry, I talked over you. What was that?
Join us next week when we go over Jackalope the Happening.
God damn it, we're gonna have to do goddamn night horrors next week.
I
mean,
think
we
we're
could
going
break-
to
we could break it up.
Wraithathu actually after this.
If we
Thank
were
God.
gonna do another old world, I would have said let's do Changing Breach just to liven it up a bit.
Honestly,
I
we're
noticed-
gonna probably do Wraithathu, and then because fuck Beast, just because why not? Fuck it, let's do Dirty Secrets of the Black Hand. Just mark out some bullshit that we can look through, and we can do that as a one-off.
I want to do Changing Breeds because I think I would be the one to probably
Changing-
be the
Anything
best
but
with the
Beast,
comic.
please.
Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna get sexy Snake Man. But that's
Think about it like this, viewers. We skipped so much of this book and actually barely read it.
It's
We
that
read
bad.
through fucking Sigmata and Wraithathu.
Yes, but yet at the same time, so much of it was repeated. You wouldn't think that, would you?
I just want to have. Oh god.
It gets worse, and that's the thing about it. It just doesn't stop digging itself in a fucking hole.
There's a reason why no one really plays this. Let's just put it that way.
I have not met a single group in the wild that plays Beast. I've met people that talk about Beast. I've never met anybody that actually plays it.
I know there are people who play Fatal.
Yeah, as a joke, like once or twice.
There
No one plays
are
this.
active people who still play Wraithathu. And we know for a fact there's at least one or two communities that actually play Sigmata too.
Yeah,
Like we riff on them, but at the very least, they've profited.
They've profited.
This-
There's going to be there's expansions for it, and they're planning on doing a re-release or something.
Yeah.
Unironically, we may
These-
hate it, and we may find it stupid, and we may not want you to do it. But hey, if someone finds enjoyment out of it, whatever.
Think about it like this: we actually had fun playing Sigmata, even if it wasn't in the way the creator intended.
Oh, we had. I think that session, the trash fire was
we didn't
brilliant.
like it, but at least it was a functional system.
The system was not even functional, but there was enough there that we could do it. With
Yeah.
Beast, no one want to fucking play that.
We weren't really like if you notice, we weren't really laughing as much with these. It was more just groaning and going, "Why?"
To give you an
It's-
idea, this is the second recording of the night. The first one, everyone but Tech Priest and I died. And I was about
Died
ready to
inside.
drop. I actually picked out White Wine on fucking purpose, because I needed to get drunk.
He did. It was.
Like, I mean, I've done one or two drunk episodes with you guys, but this is the first
Yeah.
time I openly said, fuck this, I'm getting something to drink.
Honestly, here's the other thing. We haven't really said anything that hasn't been said before about this book. This book has been ripped to death by a bunch of different very good reasons.
By the way, you never did give a score, Diopsiderel. What is your score on a scale of playable to trash fire to just drop? What Greg came up
I
with.
think I'll rate it Milady out of 10.
This is trash fire. It's playable, but would you want to play it?
Yeah. Again, that's why I say it's a trash fire. It's playable. Mechanically, it's based on a system that works.
It's based on a
just-
fairly good system, actually.
Yeah. The main problem is that it's to give you perspective. This is a game that got dropped faster than fucking Geist. And Geist, in its original run, had a grand total of just the core book and a sort of expansion.
And that was
And that
really
was
just
it.
because it didn't entice a lot of people.
Yeah, and then
remember
Geist got a core following later. This got 3 books. This got a player's guide, and
pushed
reading
it.
through the player's guide, I still have no idea what the fuck they were intending with this.
It really tried to push this for a bit
They did.
before.
They had a thing for 3 books, and they got 3 books, and they were hoping that this would be their big.
This was
Successive.
supposed to be their big cross, like the thing that allows the communities to finally meet together. And it did, but not in the way they were fucking expecting.
Oh hell no, it did not.
Honestly, I don't understand why they felt the need for a crossover book when Hunter is already the crossover book.
This
And
is part of the
that's
problem.
why.
Like we
Hunter
could do
is
an entire.
literally about going after every one of the people in the other books.
Or just the
Yeah.
simple Chronicles of Darkness books, which teaches you how to play just simple normal humans, not even hunters.
Or here's the other thing: is that soon after this, there was a much better book about crossover settings. It's called Dark Eras, and it's literally so you want to do a game in the past. Well, here's 2 supernaturals or 1 or 2 supernatural splats from the past that had something going on in this era.
Imagine playing
And
like the Holy Roman Emperor's handpicked hunters to take out the local werewolf that is traumatizing and killing shepherds.
yeah, there's examples of that. One of my favorite ones is like the changelings and Geist during 3 Kingdoms era of China, because there's
That
so much
sounds
death
amazing.
going on. And the whole thing with all the political drama, changelings are like creating all these pseudo courts all over the place to try to keep up
I
with
have a
the
cool idea.
program.
How about a demon that is actually the Bank of St. Mark in Venice?
That was actually part of it. There's a demon given for Constantinople as the example for that game line, which I thought was kind of fun.
Thank God we're talking about good stuff.
Another one was Mummy and Mage in Mutapa,
Wait a minute.
which I thought was
just
great.
before we can't end it before he says it. Okay, Diopsid, what is your official score?
I already gave it, and I stand by it.
Milady out of 10 is actually pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Did you
It's
say
Milady
Milady
out of 10.
Did you say Milady out of 10?
Milady out of 10.
I'm gonna be honest, I faded. I kind of my mind keeps fading in and out.
I don't blame you.
Anyway,
I feel
this is the part of the video where it becomes a snuff video. And I have my ceremonial kukri with me. I bought it off a Nepalese person just for this occasion.
Wait. Is this an unhallowed necropolis reference?
You actually fucking
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I don't know about you, but can we just put this bastard out of its misery?
No, because White Wolf decided not to. So we